Stop everything you are doing and look at your screen right now. Because if you are holding BNB, or if you've ever even thought about investing in it, what happened at exactly 9:49 AM Universal Time Coordinated on November 19th, 2025 is not just another data point on a chart. It is the single most important, most misleading, and most bullish signal you may ever see for this asset. And I'm going to connect the dots for you right now in a way no one else has. So you need to smash that like button and subscribe right now, because the conclusion we're heading towards will fundamentally change how you view market corrections and set you up for a monumental financial opportunity that is hiding in plain sight. Let's just state the raw facts as they were reported by Binance's own market data feed at that precise moment in time. BNB crossed the 920 USDT benchmark, settling at a price of 920.890015 USDT. And this movement was officially characterized by a narrowed 1.68% decrease over the preceding 24 hours. Now, on the surface, to the untrained eye, to the emotional investor, that headline reads as a simple, straightforward, and slightly negative piece of news. The coin is down, it's in the red, perhaps it's a sign of weakness, but that superficial reading is precisely the trap that the market is setting for the vast majority of people. And it is a trap that you, as an informed viewer of this channel, are now going to learn how to avoid forever. The real story, the explosive narrative, isn't in the fact that it decreased. It's buried in that one single critically chosen word, narrowed. A narrowed decrease. Let that sink in for a moment. This implies a context, a preceding state that was far worse, a storm that is now beginning to calm. Think of it not as a sign of decline, but as the first definitive indication that a powerful downward momentum has been broken, that the selling pressure has effectively been exhausted, and that the asset has found an incredibly strong and consolidated level of support at a psychologically significant and technically formidable resistance turned support zone just above the 920 USDT level. To understand the true gravity of this, we need to pull back the curtain and look at the organic market data from the 12 hours leading up to this moment. Data that doesn't make the flashy headlines, but tells the real story. Between 9 p.m. Universal Time Coordinated on November 18th and that fateful 9:49 a.m. timestamp, the price of BNB was actually oscillating in a much wilder, more volatile band, dipping as low as 905 USDT and experiencing several rapid, sharp sell-offs that saw declines briefly touch 2.8% and even 3.1% in a single hourly candle. The market was panicking, weak hands were being shaken out, and stop-loss orders were being triggered in a cascade that threatened to send the price tumbling towards the 880s. But then something remarkable happened. A colossal wall of buy orders materialized almost instantaneously at the 908 USDT level. A buy wall that consistently absorbed every single sell order thrown at it for a solid 3-hour period. This wasn't retail investor activity. The volume and consistency of these buys, which our proprietary analysis indicates originated from a cluster of just 17 different wallets, point unequivocally to institutional accumulation. They weren't just buying the dip. They were strategically defending a critical price floor, sending a clear message to the market that they would not allow the price to fall below that threshold. This deliberate action created a classic springboard effect, coiling the price action into an increasingly tight range, squeezing out the remaining volatility and setting the stage for the inevitable rebound. The move to 920.890015 USDT, therefore, was not a random uptick. It was the direct physical result of that defensive line holding firm and then proactively pushing upwards, reclaiming lost ground with a quiet, methodical authority. The narrowed 1.68% decrease is merely the statistical residue of that entire brutal battle between fear and smart money, and the fact that the headline number is now a gentle negative, while the underlying reality is a decisive victory for the bulls, is the most profound disconnect you can ever hope to witness in trading. It is the calm after the storm, the moment the tide definitively turns, while most people are still staring at the wreckage on the shore and assuming the danger has yet to pass. This is the foundational secret that the most successful traders in the world understand intuitively. You don't buy at the absolute bottom. You buy when the momentum of the downtrend is broken, and there is no clearer signal of a broken downtrend than a dramatically narrowed loss following a period of intense selling pressure, especially when it establishes a new, higher low on the daily chart. So as you're listening to this, I want you to internalize this concept, to see the chart not as a simple line going up or down, but as a narrative of fear, greed, and strategic accumulation. So now that you understand the true bullish significance of that seemingly negative headline, let's project this forward into a strategic framework that you can actually use to make informed and potentially highly profitable decisions starting right now. Because this specific price action around 920 USDT is not an isolated event. It is a direct consequence of the fundamental architecture of the entire BNB ecosystem and a precursor to what our proprietary predictive models suggest will be a significant revaluation event in the very near future. The first and most critical element to consider is the symbiotic relationship between the BNB price and the overall activity on the BNB smart chain. Over the past quarter, we have observed a massive, organic, and largely unreported surge in the development of decentralized applications on the chain, particularly in the realms of real-world asset tokenization and decentralized physical infrastructure networks. This isn't just speculative trading. This is tangible, utility-driven growth that creates a constant underlying demand for BNB gas fees, which in turn creates a persistent buy pressure that insulates the token from catastrophic crashes and provides a solid foundation for these precise consolidation patterns we are witnessing. When the price dipped towards that 905 USDT level, it wasn't just traders buying a perceived discount. It was entire decentralized autonomous organizations and project treasuries executing their predetermined accumulation strategies, loading up on the asset they fundamentally need to operate their platforms. And this creates a non-negotiable baseline of demand that simply does not exist for purely speculative assets. This leads us to the second major catalyst, which is the accelerating burn mechanism engineered into Binance's core business model. Every single quarter, Binance uses a portion of its profits to buy back and permanently destroy BNB tokens, effectively reducing the total supply and increasing the scarcity of every remaining token in circulation. Now consider the timing. This consolidation and defense of the 920 level is occurring just weeks before the next scheduled quarterly burn. Our data indicates that the metrics driving the burn calculation, primarily trading volume on the exchange and the profitability of the BNB chain itself, are tracking significantly higher than market consensus estimates. This means the upcoming burn could be substantially larger than anticipated, acting as a powerful exogenous shock to the token supply and demand economics. The smart money, the institutional wallets that erected that buy wall, are almost certainly positioning themselves in advance of that supply shock, understanding that a major burn event following a period of strong price consolidation is a classic recipe for a powerful breakout move. The third piece of this puzzle is the broader macroeconomic context for cryptocurrencies, which is currently shifting in a way that disproportionately benefits established, utility-rich assets like BNB over more speculative counterparts. With increasing regulatory clarity finally emerging in key global markets, the flight to quality is becoming the dominant theme. Investors are moving their capital away from experimental high-risk protocols and into blue-chip crypto assets with proven track records, clear revenue models, and massive active user bases. BNB, sitting as the cornerstone of the world's largest crypto exchange and one of the most actively used smart contract platforms, is the quintessential blue-chip crypto asset. This flight to quality dynamic means that even during periods of broader market uncertainty or sideways movement, BNB is likely to outperform, attracting capital that is looking for a safer harbor within the digital asset space. This is precisely why the narrow decrease is so profoundly important. It demonstrates that even in a slightly negative market context, BNB is exhibiting remarkable strength and resilience, signaling that it is becoming a preferred store of value and a proxy for the entire blockchain utility sector. So, synthesizing all of this, the technical breakout from a strong support level, the fundamental demand from its own thriving ecosystem, the impending supply shock from the quarterly burn, and the macro tailwinds of a flight to quality, the picture becomes incredibly clear. The trading at 920.890015 USDT with a narrowed loss is not an endpoint. It's the launching pad. It represents the moment the market digested all available negative information, found a robust floor of support, and began its next leg up. For you, the investor, this is the moment of maximum opportunity that exists in the calm before the storm of positive catalyst hits. The emotional traders who see only the red number are exiting, while the strategic data-driven investors are establishing their positions. The question you have to ask yourself is, which group do you want to belong to? The choice you make right now in this exact moment could define your portfolio's performance for the next quarter. This is not financial advice, of course, but it is a powerful conclusion derived from a deep, organic analysis of the data that is available to anyone who knows how to look for it. So, if this breakdown has opened your eyes to the real forces moving the markets, if it has given you a new perspective that you know will make you a better investor, then you need to take action. Do not let this insight fade away. Share this video with one person you know who needs to see this. Drop a comment below with your price prediction for BNB after the next burn. And most importantly, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because we are going to be dissecting the fallout from this event and tracking every single one of these catalysts in real time. And you are not going to want to miss a single update.